Hello everyone, my name is Goblin and welcome to my Sacramentum PvE guide. There will be timestamps in the video so you can jump to wherever you need. You might have heard of me because in the past couple of days I've been in the Seraph Discord trying to theory craft and provide the best possible PvE combo. And now that I believe it's ready, I think it's time to make a guide for the class so you guys can understand why it works like that, how the passive works, what does every skill do, and how we can improve playing the class, right? I've grinded like 50 hours on it already, in between like global labs and release, right? Live servers. Okay, but without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, let's get into the skill tree. We have Flying Kick, AP buff, Flow, minus evasion, Line Breaker, AP buff, SRMB, damage, oblique slash, damage, SF, damage, SLMB, damage. These are the combo skills. I'll come back to them in a bit. We have Impelling Thrust, WF, Crossing Slash, Horizon Slash, Buena Divina, Grave Sundering, and Calling the Dead. So, how does this work? This, right? These are our activators skills for the combo passive. These ones are our filler skills. This is our Q block. This is a PvP skill for the most part, like a 1v1 combo tool. Our dashes and our grip. We will be focusing on the Unshakable Will passive. You guys can read it, but the TLDR of it is by using combo skills, we will be able to get a 15% attack speed buff. Now, how does it work? We have all the skills, gives us the combo state one. So let's check it. Right? We get Unshakable Will 1. This allows us to flow into Impelling Slash and Shoulder Smite. This will be the first combo skills, right? Now, how do we go from it? We have two options. We can do LMB or RMB. For example, if we wanted to do LMB, we start with SLMB and then we do LMB, right? Or we can do SRMB and LMB. It works exactly the same. And if we want to do Shoulder Smite, which is RMB, we do SRMB, RMB. Right? We did Shoulder Smite. We already did, by the way, Crushing Descent, but let's just focus on Shoulder Smite at the moment. How many ways can I trigger it? I can do F into Shoulder Smite. I can do SLMB. Well, I mean, it's taking a bit. I can do SLMB into Shoulder Smite. I can do SF after it falls off, so WRMB into Shoulder Smite. Right, let's wait for it to fall off. We can do SF into Shoulder Smite. And we could do Line Breaker into Shoulder Smite, right? But this skill is locked. I will show it to you, but it's very slow. RMB into the whole Shoulder Smite chain. Okay. After we use Shoulder Smite, you might have realized that we are using Crushing Descent. Crushing Descent is the smash skill, like that one, when we smash the floor like that. Alright? All of this, each skill is giving us a combo state. To do Shoulder Smite, we need to have combo state 2, right? To do Crushing Descent, we need to have combo state 3, right? And to do Bone Breaker, well, we need to consume the combo state 3. How do we do it? We have two options. we can do, for example, WRMB, RMB, RMB, space, or we can do SRMB. I'm sorry, I did the same thing. We can do, for example, WRMB. We have the combo state, we dash and we press RMB. We can do LMB too, but it's just preference of mine to do RMB. Now, how does this work in a realistic grinding scenario? For example, I start doing this, right? And I do this chain. If I have to back attack, I dash and I press this. If for some reason I happen to mess up the combo, right? So I do this, I'm at this state, and if I press RMB, it won't cast because I'm on an idle animation. So I could do this, for example, this, Q block cancel into Bone Breaker, right? I could do same thing, but WLMB into Bone Breaker. Every single skill from our tree that isn't a combo activator can be chained into any part of the combo chain. For example, let's say I do this, only shoulder smite, I dash, I press RMB, and I dash again, RMB. I could also do this, only shoulder smite, crushing descent, and the spacebar. Right. I could do WRMB, full chain, shift LMB, RMB. All the chain. It doesn't interrupt itself. That's pretty much how the passive works. Okay, so now, knowing that, we can take a look at the awakening skills. I will not be focusing on Purgatum skills, just because I don't like the state the weapon is at the moment, the stance per se. It really needs either mobility skills, they need to let us have Q block, grab, and probably like the mobile version of the game that has impelling thrust, right? And yeah, we will be focusing on Sacramentum. With Sacramentum, we will be having full access to our main hand kit and to the Sacra kit. This is basically the same, well, some of the skills, mostly the fillers, in an upgraded version. They do a lot of damage, they are a lot quicker, plus we have an actual e-buff that is pretty decent. We have special attack damage, back attack, down attack, air attack, and max HP. This is really nice for PvP, sorry, and this will be our PvP e-buff that also works in PvE, and our only slottable keybind, right? Alright, let's take a look at all the skills in Sacra. We do C buff and E buff. We have this version. It becomes Shift Q, a very nice AoE. This skill is way faster with way more damage. Shift E is also way faster and finally usable. Shift F, very nice, very good damage, good repositioning tool. Shift NMB, AoE nuke, and Shift RMB. I see a lot of people complaining that Shift RMB sends you flying all the way over the map, but the way this skill works is, if I just tap it, I'll jump in the spot, right? If I hold it, then the distance traveled will be equivalent to the time I hold the button. So if I just hold it all the way, it goes that far, right? If I hold it a little, let's see if I make it in time. Well, I didn't hold it long enough, but all this distance from like here to here, I can graduate it by pressing the button. Alright, so now that we know all this, we can take a look at the combo. Okay, so I'll leave the combo here on the top. You should be seeing it right now. This class is basically like playable as a flowchart, right? We do. If you have BSR, yes, well, then you do the BSR engage, right? If you don't have BSR, then you do the main hand engage, which is WLMB, Shift Q, WF, FF, or WF, Shift Q, FF. Why do we have two engages on main hand? Well, in main hand, the WLMB skill, it's pretty nice. It has lots of DPS, it's fast, and it's on a very short cooldown. So the ideal DPS scenario would have us use it off cooldown, so we always want to keep it off CD and just keep spamming it, right? Then, if we need to reposition, we do Shift F and the whole Bone Breaker chain into another chain that is going to be SRMB, RMB space. If we don't, then we just go straight into RMB space, right? Bone Breaker chain into another one, SRMB space, and we add Shift RMB at the end just for cooldown management, right? We have to use a feeder to stall a little. Now, that's the easy part, right? Every 3 or 2 minutes, maybe 1 depending on where you're grinding, you're gonna be entering our BSR state, which basically supercharges the main kit, right? We will do all the one engage because of the way the skills are set up. We really don't want to spam WLMB and WF that much on BSR because they are not that great compared to Shift E, Shift LMB, and Shift RMB. Okay, so as we can see, it's WLMB, Shift Q, WF, FF, and Shift E has to be a back attack. Why is this? That's our highest damage skill in the kit when we have BSR. So in order to maximize the damage, we want to do the skill behind the mobs. After that, well, if we need to reposition, we do the usual, right? Shift F into finishing the Bone Breaker string that we have the buff because we did FF, and F, the flying kick, will give us the combo charge 1. So we will have no problem using the rest of the combo after Shift F. Then we will do Shift LMB and WF into SRMB RMB space. We do the WF mostly because of cooldown issues, and so the combo becomes loopable, right? Okay, so now that we saw the combo, we can take a look at the add-ons. These are the current best possible PvE add-ons I could come up with. These are pretty nice because we have 2 HP recovery add-ons. This is very important for Idania spots and spots that do a lot of damage, because at the moment we don't have any good forward guard skills, so we're pretty much tanking in super armor everything that comes our way, right? If we get hit, we have basically no way other than our Q block to block mechanics or fatal damage. With this combo configuration and add-on configuration, you will have 100% uptime and you will be recovering HP on the skills you use the most, which are Shoulder Smite and Crushing Descent. Some final thoughts on the class. She's very nice. She can be very fast, very snappy. She flows really well, right? The way everything works on her, it's great, you know, like the skills. It's basically the combo I'm doing here. As you can see, it has no problem flowing into each other. Reposition, we spam, right? Whatever. I think that She probably deserves some buffs, you know, but it's just week 1. There is no rush. I mean, you know what happened with Wukong. The class was garbage at the beginning, and now everyone praises it at being like triple S tier Giga Chat class. So I think that can happen to this class. You know, just give the developers a chance. She's pretty well made. I really like her. The BSR problems are, I mean, if you grind on this class, you will realize the BSR thing is not really a big deal. You know, the main hand has lots of damage, and the BSR just feels like a BSR, right? Like you feel a little bit stronger every time in every class when you press C buff. The fact that she's gonna get more BSR next week, it's gonna make that even easier to get into C form. Maybe we will see some Purgatum improvements with that. Alright guys, that's it for the guide. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will hopefully start posting more content about the class, some grind hours, and I'm thinking about streaming on Twitch, so you guys can see the gameplay and catch me there. But yeah, that will be it. I will leave you with some grind examples, right? I did Orzekea, DarkSeekersRetreat, and Dokkebi Forest. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching.